Aliens have recently wiped all of our minds, and there's no one left but us.
We are here to teach you everything from the whole year in science.
Let's get started.
Earth is a closed system.
We can't get any other resources from anywhere outside of the Earth.
We cannot go to other planets and get resources.
So what we have is what we get.
Earth has 4 major systems. The first is the atmosphere, which is all of the air surrounding Earth.
Then we have the geosphere, which is all of the layers in the ground and dirt that make up Earth.
Then we have the biosphere, which is all of the plants and animals, including us humans.
And then we also have the hydrosphere, which is all of the water on Earth, even the water that is in the air.
The upper mantle and lower crust consists of plate tectonics, which are
Where the crust isn't one solid piece, it's got several cracks in it, and those cracks move and shift around the Earth.
Tectonic plates are a big cause of earthquakes because when the two tectonic plates go against each other, it causes stress, and then when they suddenly break, it causes earthquakes, and that can cause damage to our Earth.
Mountains form when 2 plates collide with each other and they shift up, and volcanoes occur when 2 plates pull apart from each other, and then the magma comes in and forms the volcano.
And seafloor splitting is basically the same thing. It's like when 2 tectonic plates are pulling away from each other, and they're like pushing everything away, and the seafloor is just spreading, and magma is coming up to fill this space, and it's just spreading.
The greenhouse effect is when the sun has rays of heat coming towards the Earth, and there's a layer of gases surrounding Earth which trap in heat, but also some reflects off and gets let in back up into the atmosphere so that our Earth doesn't become too warm.
CO2 is being put up into the air from human activities like cars, planes, and boats by burning fossil fuels.
And that'll cause the Earth to heat up more.
Accuracy is when you hit the same spot or get the same answer over and over again, like this. Ooh.
Precision is if I am going to take a book and throw it at the globe and I hit it, which would be like you get the right answer.
So this is the sun, and its rays are hitting the Earth.
But the rays don't hit Earth equally. The rays that reach up here have to cover more land, so it creates a colder climate. Right now, this is winter, this is summer.
And at the equator, it is the same temperature all year round due to the equal hitting of the sun's rays.
So as the Earth rotates around the sun, it creates spring, fall, winter, and summer. So the sun and other stars generate energy by constant explosions.
The sun is like an onion. It has multiple layers. The first layer is the corona, the chromosphere, the photosphere, the convection zone, radioactive zone, and core.
The sun is middle-sized and middle brightness compared to other suns.
The most abundant element in the universe is hydrogen.
A watershed is a community of water which leads from one to the other.
And they all end up draining into the ocean into one area.
A divide is when the water splits apart, even if it goes to the same place eventually.
It is polluted when people put stuff in the water like phosphates from fertilizer or from soap.
And surface runoff is when like fertilizers and things get put into the water by rain because they all end up draining into the water.
You can help by picking up feces, using non-phosphate soaps, and to just pick up litter around your lakes and rivers.
Point source pollution is when you can pinpoint where this pollution came from, but non-point solution is if it came from several sources, like if there's gasoline or oil leaking into the water, you can't tell like where it came from. But if there's like pollution coming from a well or something right next to a factory, you can tell that it came from the factory.
Could you do that? That was
No, it's fine. I'll cut it out.
Okay, fracking is one of the ways to get natural gas out of the ground.
It's good because it produces a lot of energy from the ground.
It's bad because there's nowhere to
The Big Bang Theory was when the universe began, all because of an atom exploded.
and it created our stars, galaxies, and our solar system as matter was expanding, causing atoms to react with each other, and that's how they were formed. Fossil fuels come from when dead animals, such as sea animals like plankton, they die, then they go to the sea floor, and their bodies get trapped into the ground, into the crust, and then they get turned into coal from a bunch of pressure.
And it generates energy by burning it, and then it creates greenhouse gases, which then turn into energy.
It contributes to pollution by releasing greenhouse emissions into the atmosphere, like CO2.
It is important to be energy independent because let's just say that if we go to a war with a country that gives us most of our gas and oil, then we won't have as much gas and oil and we'll be running out.
Two factors that determine why people use an energy source is cost efficiency and availability, which are two major things for why we use energy.
Some viable options for alternative energy in Michigan are wind power, biomassification, and hydroelectricity. We're going to conduct an experiment that tests the following theory. People are generally good. If an object of small value was left out, say $1, more people will turn it in than keep it to themselves. What we're going to do is we're going to leave $1 on the floor and see how many people will keep it themselves or turn it into the front desk.
If someone finds $1, then they would keep it instead of turning it in.
Ooh, $1. Must be live. Oh, okay.
Our hypothesis was correct. The man kept the dollar instead of turning it in.
Hopefully you've regained some of the knowledge lost throughout the year.